training programme, and I have been buzzing with excitement for this training programme. You guys have been getting so involved. It's been absolutely awesome. I cannot believe we're on the final day already. Absolutely crazy. But here we are. We are ready to kick the final day off, and we are looking at reviews and some top tips that I picked up along the way. Just to kind of go through some things that, as we've been learning, as I've been doing research and stuff on things, just some of the things that I've picked up along the way that I want to share with you guys. So first of all though, we're going to just have a little review and summary of where we are with the training course and what we picked up, but also touching on that review element as well that we've talked about, and plan do review, always looking at evaluating how things have gone and where you can improve on for going forward as well. So, day 10, you made it, you've done it all, you're here with us, whether you're catching up on replay or you are here with me this morning, absolutely amazing. I have been blown away by some of the feedback that you guys have given me, and the progress that I've seen from you, and that's for me, that's where the success of this course comes from, is the feedback that I've seen and the progress from you guys. So example posts, example interactions, examples of where things have gone really well for you, where things have changed up, all of those kind of things that are just absolutely amazing. And wasn't Emma awesome on Thursday on summarising some of the stuff that we've talked about and giving us some new ideas and ways of looking at things as well. So brilliant, and thank you to Emma. Let's have a little look back of where we are, but I want to talk about the element of review in itself. So I can't stress enough the importance of review in everything that you do. It is so important to reflect and look back at where you've been and where you've come from, looking at if things aren't working, looking at where you can change it up and get something working differently, taking on some new ideas, asking for support and help, reading, watching videos, anything where you can then change up what hasn't gone so well and make it more of a difference for you guys. And then also, where things have gone well, it's still really important to review, because there'll always be things that you can look at and think, well, that really works. I really want to make a note of that and really implement that style in other things that I'm doing or things like that. But also, there'll still be room for improvement. You can still think, oh, how could I have done that differently if I did it again? Where could I have changed something up and made a bigger impact? Or where can I apply this into something else? All of those kind of things are so important, and it's such a good habit to get into when you're doing things, is looking at that review process and evaluating, making, tweaking, just developing and just pushing things further along, because we are all continually learning. I have taken stuff from you guys when you've been feeding back in, and I've seen something done differently to how I've thought about doing things. It just helps everybody feed in. So just make sure you do feed back to each other as well, because you really all learn from each other. And like Emma said, you never stop learning. I don't know all the answers to everything. I am continually learning to look for new ways of doing things as the market changes, as other people come up with great ideas and share them. It's about implementing it into how it can work for you. It's always a continual learning process. Part of your homework for this today will be giving some feedback on this course, looking at those aha moments that you've taken away, the things that have gone really well, where you've changed and done something differently. So that'll be part of it, and I'll go through that later, but just kind of have that in the back of your mind as well. The objective for me was for you guys to learn a new way of doing things, or think about the way that you're currently doing things and just change it up a bit. And I hope that as you've taken stuff from this course, you've had tangible actions that you can apply into your business and help you and your business grow. I wanted to be looking at your overall strategy and building the best foundations that you can for your business, really making sure that from day one that we were looking at ways to build and grow together, ways of sharing, building more of that community feel as well, that we are all in this together and that we as a team can produce some amazing ideas and between us have this amazing strategy. And as I said, that will be part of your homework, is talking about where you've done things differently and your aha moments and takeaways from the course. So that's kind of the review part. Kind of just for me, it's just wanting to understand what's gone well from this class, because obviously I want to review what I've done as well, so that if I do another one, I think about those different techniques and those different tools, what's gone well with this one, and then how I can put that into a new course for something different. And taking that, I do that all the time. I always review what we do and try and get feedback around that, so that I can then shift or change or tweak what I'm doing in the future. So that's why it's really important. Okay, so now moving on to some tips that will hopefully help you guys. Some of this I've started implementing myself, and I know some of you have seen me or chatted to me about some of it already, but I just wanted to kind of run through it. So, and some of it is things we've touched on in the course, but I just want to kind of summarise it and make them stand out, because these are some of the tips that will really help you. So words are important. Really, really important, especially on Facebook, especially in your messages. You need to be authentic and genuine. You need to tell a story. You need to be relatable, and you need to leave an impact on those around you, so that you build that know, like and trust relationship and model that we talked about earlier on in the training. It's so important that you have that coming across in your posts, that you genuinely care for people, that you genuinely want to add value. You're generally looking at that customer we talked about, identifying that customer and working around that, and having those impactful stories that you're being relatable, that they can then work from, in terms of knowing what it is that you're doing. And it's also about making it simple as well. Like, one of our core values is simplicity. It's the same for your post. It needs to be simple. They need to know what the call to action is. They need to know how they can contact you, how they can order from you. All of those things need to be simple. And it can be so easily overlooked, because you know what you want them to know. But unless sometimes you make that really clear and simple for them, they don't know. They'll just go on your website, and then it will all get a bit confusing, and they can't see exactly what you're talking about. So things like that, just making it really simple, but your words need to relate to people and tell that story and be impactful. Images, like we said, images need to capture people in the first couple of seconds. You've got a few seconds where people are scrolling, and if you don't attract them in that initial 2-second period, they'll scroll past and they won't see it. So your images, like we talked about, need to be really focused. They need to be eye-catching. They need to magnetise people towards you. They need to be clear and bright and just looking gorgeous as much as they can. Just work your magic using apps, using the right lighting, the best placement in your house, all those kind of things, and getting your face in there as well, because we know that getting your face in these pictures and having that personality behind it really also stops people from scrolling through and building on from there. Another one, and this is more around Facebook algorithms as well, looking at how you can build through those algorithms. We all know that Facebook is an amazing tool. It really is. It's a free tool. You can boost, obviously, but it's a free marketing tool that's there for everybody. But it does have its drawbacks. It does have algorithms that favour those that are investing money. Obviously, they're a business. They need to be making money as well. But there are ways around it, and these are ever adapting, changing, evolving. So these are not going to be maybe relevant in a few months' time. They might have changed your algorithms, but right now these are some of the things that you can try and see the difference with, especially in terms of reach and interaction. So don't add links to your Facebook post. If your link takes you to an external website outside of Facebook, Facebook will understand that and stop the post from being shown to as many people. Some people still see it. Obviously, it will be in your group. So scroll through your group, that post will be seen, but it will not show in your newsfeed as readily as if it didn't have that link in there. If you're directing people away from their platform, of course, the algorithm is going to be like, nah, let's just show that to less people. Instead, add them to the comments. So, for example, we talked about the income disclosure statement needing to be with the posts where you're gaining from Sensi. Put that you're putting the income link in the comments, and then add that link to the comments. It just beats the algorithms. I am sure at some point that they'll cotton onto that, and it will have an effect in being in the comments. But right now, it's having an effect being in the post. So don't put it in the post. Reference it and link it into the comments. it's not the only link that you use. Obviously, it's just the one that we talked about needing to be used, so I wanted to cover that off. But if you're advertising something on your post, and the call to action is to visit your website or to go and look at a catalogue link, etc., actually more people will see it if you put it in the comment. So don't add the website. No, don't put it in the post, put it in the comments. Reference it, put it in the comments. So you could say, take a look at the new catalogue, and instead of, obviously if you use the AnyFlip catalogue link, it puts a nice little catalogue image up and it shows the link. But if you really want people to have higher reach, especially on pages where reach is important because it will feature in other people's news feeds that you're not even interacting with at the moment, sort of like that cold networking area, it is really important that reach is met. So you could put a picture of the catalogue in your post and say, link is in the comments to the catalogue, have a look there, or if you want me to message it to you, then comment below or whatever else, but do put the link in, put it in the comments. But just try and avoid putting it in the post. It really does make a difference with those Facebook algorithms at the moment. As of today, it is having an impact. Okay, another one is try not to use the reply comment. This is something that I've seen on a couple of different areas where I've been researching, is that Facebook likes conversation starters. It likes to see high interaction, and the more people that comment and the more comments that are there, the more likely that post is to be seen and shown and have a higher reach. So if you're using reply comment, it doesn't class that as a big conversation. It classes that as one conversation. Whereas if you do it as someone comments and they say, oh, I love this one, in a new comment, tag them and reply to them. Don't use the reply comment where you can. And obviously at times customers will then still use the reply comment, so you just carry on there, or you can just still keep doing it in comments. It's just a way of making Facebook think that there are more people talking than there necessarily are, because they're all separate comments. And that has an impact on the reach. It thinks it's more interesting rather than just reply commenting. I don't know why exactly with this one, I just know that I've noticed it. I've had higher reach when there's been more comments as opposed to maybe 2 overall comments and then lots of reply comments within that. It has definitely had an effect on my reach. So that's the 2 Facebook algorithm ones that I've noticed lately and I've seen some feedback on as well. So hopefully those tips will help you there. As I said already, get yourself in pictures, share you using the products. If you're not using the products in your everyday life, why should anybody else? So if you've got hand cream, put it in your handbag and be seen to be using it when you're out and about, and then also take pictures of that, getting yourself in those pictures, making it relatable, getting them to know you as a person. If you've got people coming around, make sure you've got the hand soap, our hand soap in your bathrooms. You know, if you're not using the products everywhere in your home, then why would they want to be using them? And then of course it's a free test then, because when they do use it to wash their hands, especially at the moment, then you know they are going to be trying those products and seeing it, and you really need to live your brand. You really need to be seen to be doing it all. You can see behind me I've got the washing up liquid, I don't think you can just about spot it, and the Blue Grotto hand soap. It's in every one of my bathrooms. I only use Scentsy stuff, and it is everywhere so that people can see it, use it and try it when they're here. It's really important that you have that know, like and trust, and if they see you using it and that you believe in it, then they'll believe in it as well. So it's really important, and get yourself captured in those pictures. You get far more interaction when you are in those pictures with your products. It is more endearing, it's more getting them to like you and know you and see you and the products that you're using. So definitely use those posts like we said before. Going live, absolutely top in terms of interaction. If you go live, you are going to get so many more people commenting, interacting, reacting to your post than if it's just word and pictures, without a doubt. So do go live. Don't let things worry you about saying the wrong thing. It happens, we're human, it makes you relatable. Just go for it. You'll get more used to doing them as you do them. It's as simple as that. Practice makes perfect, and you'll get more confident with them as you do them. And I've seen some cracking lives lately. I'm so proud of you guys, and lots of you have been going live lately. People that are brand new to the business coming in and just killing it with their lives. Absolutely amazing. And the interaction has been, of course, so much more than just posting words and pictures. So definitely going live is absolutely key. And then, like we said, around the stories and stuff, it's also problem solving and adding value. If you're solving a problem for somebody, then you're not selling them, you are helping them and you're adding value. So always look for ways where you can add value and problem solve. So, for example, and I'm not saying play on the coronavirus too much, but obviously hand soap is selling out everywhere. So I have been doing posts around hand soap. I have been saying that we're not out of stock, we've still got some. If you really need some, then why not try the Scentsy hand soap? Things like that. Just little things that problem solve for people in their everyday life and make it relatable. And always have your arrows out. Always be about helping others and what it can do for them in terms of joining, in terms of being a customer, whichever avenue it is. Just always have your arrows out. You need to genuinely want to help people and add value to people, and it will attract so many people to you. Having that kind of personality, that kindness, that happiness, that want for spreading all of those lovely things is going to attract people to you. It's going to have such a positive impact. And the best thing about our business is that we help ourselves by helping other people. You know, our business is designed that way. If you help other people, then good things come back to you. And it's just amazing. So always have that approach whenever you're doing a post, whenever you're talking to somebody, whenever you're thinking of it. What is it that you can do for them? How are you able to help them in all walks of life? You know, that whole kindness, be kind, spread kindness, it's so important, and it makes such a difference. And it will make people attracted to you because they want to be around that. They want to be around someone that's helpful and smiley and positive and all of that stuff. So that's really important. We talked about, in the action, we talked about Power Hour. It is so important to have a Power Hour. You can get so much done when you are focused for 1 hour, more than you could do if you set aside a few hours. You're just more focused, you're more efficient, and everything else. It just works so well. So do make sure you make time for Power Hours. Even if you have a Power Hour split between 2 areas and you have half an hour at the beginning of the day, half an hour at the end of the day, however it works for you, but have that dedicated hour where you focus on nothing else but follow up, your workstation checks, and make sure that you're up on top of everything, that you schedule posts. You know, Emma talked about scheduling 50 odd posts, so that you've got a couple of weeks there. You can use some of that time to update those posts as they've kind of clicked over and published. You can use some of that time to do that. It's just such a focused time, and then it leaves you and your mind free for the rest of the day, knowing that that part is done. You can get on with some other activities like getting borrow bags out, having parties all set up, you know, samples made, all of those kind of things. But the Power Hour is so crucial in just setting your day up and getting those actions done. We talk about front loading your month and trying to get parties in at the front end, because then you can know where you're going to work for the rest of the month and you know how you're set up. It's the same for Power Hours. The earlier you can do them in the day, it sets your day up and you're then set for everything else that you need to do. And it really works by front loading. Have used social media platforms. There are so many platforms that you can use and that work really well. So get really good at one of them and then start looking at others. So have a Facebook group, which is a great community feel, but have a page and have an Instagram. Have different avenues for different markets. If you need to reach as many people as you can, and some of this isn't duplication of work. You know, Instagram can post to your Facebook page, so you can tick off 2 platforms in one post by just allowing it to post 2 different areas, and it attracts different audiences then as well. But just make sure you utilise all the platforms available to you, especially those that are free. Another tip that I think is quite useful is removing watermarks. So if you use PicCollage or you use WordSwag, etc., do invest in removing those watermarks. It can look quite odd when you're advertising one business but you've still got a watermark of another. It does look kind of strange. So do remove those. You can either, you know, you can pay for those to remove. They're normally like 79p or 99p, so you can take them off for a one-off fee. But it just makes it look more professional. Just think about that when you're looking at your images. You know, think about how it looks We talked about capturing people's hearts and minds in 2 seconds to stop them from scrolling. So anything you can do with your imagery that improves it is really important. So they're kind of the 11 tips. I really go for 10, but I went for 11 in the end. But they're just some of the things to be thinking of that I've noticed from people's posts or from when I've been reading up on things. It's just a few different tips that can really make a difference to your business. So like I say, if you've got any tips as well that you want to share, then get in touch, put them in the comments, just help others by things that you've learned along the way that really work. Just looking at kind of areas that make a difference to your business and share them below. We are a team and we are stronger together than we are apart. So always have that sense of spirit and share what you can, because it just makes my heart swell when I see you guys helping each other out, and it's just brilliant. So that's kind of all that I wanted to go through today. So obviously the homework from this one is around interacting with the live and feeding back, as you've been doing all the time. Then, like I say, if you can share any key aha moments or takeaways from this training group, the things that have really stood out for you, that you've loved or has just been like a game changer for you, things like that, that would be great. And then also, kind of following on from that, what have you started to do differently as a result of this course? So what have you been doing that's new or in a new way, or something that you've tweaked as a result of this course? It could be more than one thing, of course, but just having a think so that you can reflect, and it allows me to reflect on this course and what I need to consider for the future as well. So I would love your constructive feedback on that. So that is me. That is our 10-day program finished. I am so pleased with how this has seemingly gone. I'm really happy with the feedback so far. But as I say, just give me some more feedback and let me know how it's worked for you. I know a lot of you are now working on replays and catching up with this, so that's amazing. So I will love you and leave you, and thank you for joining me for these 10 days. Thank you to our guest speaker Emma as well for her amazing talk on day 9. So brilliant. Thank you so much. And I look forward to doing more of these programs with you guys on other areas of the business as well really soon. So take care and lots of love and enjoy. Bye bye.